The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Berzosa. The Health Department will coordinate with the business sector in crafting a set of guidelines against Mpox. The DOH said the guidelines will be used particularly by businesses involving close physical contact, like massage parlors and barbershops. They are also considering training massage therapists and barbers on spotting Mpox symptoms and dealing with customers possibly infected by the disease. The DOH said there is no need to close down businesses to prevent the spread of Mpox. Meantime, President Bongbong Marcos warns that, quote, heads will roll as they seek to expose the culprits behind the apparent escape of Alice Guo. Elaine Fulgencio with a report.
Where in the world is former Bamban Mayor Alice Guo? What the Bureau of Immigration can confirm for now is that they too receive reports that she landed in at least 3 countries, Malaysia, Singapore, and more recently, Indonesia. But how did she do it?
Illegal po yung paglabas niya, wala po siya sa ating record. Maaari pong in-abuse niya yung mga informal ports of entry and exit. Sa tingin po natin, deliberately, iniwasan yung pagdaan po sa mga immigration inspectors. Possibly po either a private airstrip or bangka po or yate, patawid po ng Malaysia.
The Bureau is now investigating how Guo managed to get away and whether there were immigration officials who helped her escape.
Pagka kung ito po ay nakaalis, meron po talagang kasabwat ito, meron itong protector, meron pong nag-facilitate ng kanyang biyahe kasi hindi po basta mag-book ng isang eroplano ng private aircraft, hindi po basta pwedeng lumipad na lang yan ng ganun-ganun na lamang.
The National Bureau of Investigation is likewise verifying this development, since up until now, no eyewitness has come forward to say they saw Guo overseas.
We are still confirming the veracity, the truthfulness of the report. We are still conducting yung amin talagang personal knowledge na makausap yung mga immigration officers of yung Malaysia and Indonesia. As of now, ano pa lang balita pa lang, documents, but then wala pa nagte-testify that they personally saw Alice Guo there.
The NBI will also summon Attorney Elmer Galicia, who notarized Alice Guo's counter affidavit. The document was signed August 14, a month since Alice Guo's alleged departure from the country.
Attorney Galicia, he is testifying that Alice Guo went to him personally and subscribed and sworn the affidavit na we will siguro summon or subpoena Attorney Galicia kung he is still telling the truth.
If proven that Guo did not personally appear to sign her counter affidavit, Attorney Galicia could face disbarment.
Violation yan ng aming ethics o na notarial services. Pwedeng ma-disbar ka or ma-suspend ka, depende sa sitwasyon. But here is a serious situation where we are looking for kay Guo, and then magse-certify ka na nag-appear before you. That is a very serious matter.
The Justice Department also vowed to go after individuals who helped facilitate Alice Guo's escape. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla has ordered a thorough probe on the matter, saying heads will roll. They will also be looking into whether Guo's lawyer, who to this day is insisting that she is still in the Philippines, has any liability. Attorney Stephen David told One News Storycon yesterday, just after the news broke of her fleeing, that he and his client spoke the night before and the dismissed mayor gave her assurance that she is still in the country. But another agency, the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commissioner PAOC, has also confirmed to One News that their counterparts overseas likewise verified that based on their immigration records, Guo is now out of the country. PAOC spokesman Winston Casio also believes Guo got help fleeing.
She would not have been able to do that. Tama po yun, kung mag-isa lang po siya. Talaga meron hong mga tumulong sa kanya rito para makalabas po ng Pilipinas. Pero hindi natin alam at this point kung sino pa. Kaya una natin dapat malaman is ano po ba yung mode of transportation ng paglabas niya sa Pilipinas? Was it through plane or through boat? Para malaman din po natin kung sino yung mga titinan natin, mga ahensya o mga tao at mga lugar na iimbestigahan natin.
Reporting for News 5, Elaine Fulgencio, We Are One News.
Malacanang has ordered the revocation of Alice Go's Philippine passport. The Foreign Affairs and Justice Departments have been instructed to take appropriate action. The palace noted that Go and her family have standing arrest warrants for their refusal to attend the Senate hearings on POGOs. Senator Risa Ontiveros and PAOK earlier confirmed that Go left for Malaysia using her Philippine passport. Now in the weather, the low-pressure area being monitored by PAGASA has exited the Philippine territory. It was last spotted some 1,215 kilometers extreme northeast of northern Luzon. Several areas, though, may still expect rains in the next 24 hours. The easterlies may trigger isolated rains over eastern Visayas, Caraga, and Davao region. Metro Manila and the rest of the country may also experience rains due to localized thunderstorms. Kumalat sa Calabarzon ang VOG o volcanic smog mula sa Bulkang Taal. Pero ano nga ba ang epekto ng VOG sa ating kalusugan? Para bigyan ng mukha ang balita, Mobile Journal, Francis Orsio.
Marami ang nabahala na magdulot ng VOG ang Bulkang Taal. Nagkalat pa nga ito sa Calabarzon. Pero ang makapal na usok sa Metro Manila, galing din ba talaga sa bulkan? Maga ang mata ng netizen na ito matapos daw magmotor sa Batangas. Naikuskus niya raw kasi ang kamay niya sa mata habang nababalot ang lugar ng volcanic smog o VOG. Ayon sa FIVOX, masama ang VOG sa kalusugan. Maaari itong magdulot ng iritasyon sa mga mata, lalamunan at respiratory tract. Sa kuhang larawan na ito sa Batangas nitong August 19, halos mag-zero visibility na ang probinsya dahil sa VOG. Ilang linggo na kasing naglalabas ng sulfur dioxide o asupre ang Bulkang Taal. Pero paliwanag ng FIVOX, ang 3,000 toneladang volcanic gas na ibinubuga nito, mababa pa. Yun nga lang, kahit daw na mababa, ang weather conditions sa paligid ng Taal ay sapat na para makabuo ng VOG.
Kung napapansin po natin sa mga nakalipas na araw, halos wala pong hangin, napakainit. Isa pa po ay kailangan maaraw at mataas po ang humidity. So kapag ito pong mga sangkap na ito ay nandyan, nagkakaroon po tayo ng VOG. Kahit mababa po ang konsentrasyon ng volcanic SO2 na binubugan ng Taal.
Kasabay ng VOG sa Batangas, tila nabalot din ng makapal na usok ang Metro Manila. Pero paglilinaw ng FIVOX, ang smog sa Metro Manila ay walang kinalaman sa VOG mula sa Bulkang Taal. Sa monitoring stations nga ng Environmental Management Bureau ng Department of Environment and Natural Resources, ang smog sa Metro Manila ay dahil sa mababang kalidad ng hangin.
So kung titignan nyo nga po, parang galing pa nga po ng Metro Manila ang lahat ng haziness sa paligid. So hindi po pwedeng manggaling ito sa Taal Volcano at hindi nga po yan mapapadpad papuntang norte o Hilaga dahil wala nga po tayong hangin.
Sinang-ayunan din yan ng PAGASA. Ang hangin daw kasi sa paligid ng Taal ay kalmado kaya hindi makaalis doon ang volcanic smog. At kasabay nito ang presensya rin ng high pressure area.
Pag high pressure kasi more on sinking air. Pag nagsisink yung hangin din po natin is mas nai-impede yung pagpunta sa atin ng VOG.
Dagdag pa ng PAGASA, maaring dahil din sa thermal inversion kaya natrap ang polusyon sa kalupaan. Ang polusyon di raw nakakaangat dahil magkaiba ang surface temperature na mas malamig kumpara sa temperatura ng atmosphere na mas mainit. Nakatulong naman ang pag-ulang dulot ng localized thunderstorm sa paghupa ng smog sa Metro Manila. Nananatiling nasa alert level 1 ang Taal Volcano. Kaya paalala ng eksperto, kung hindi maganda ang kalidad ng hangin, VOG man yan o smog, mainam na magsuot ng mask. Mobile journalist Francis Orsio po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
The Cari Chargers closed out the PVL Reinforced Conference preliminaries with a sweep. The Chargers claimed the top spot with a clean record after defeating the Farm Fresh Foxies in 3 sets. They are the third team to ever ace the prelims in league history. Meanwhile, Signal HD Spikers secured the second spot in the playoffs after winning against Next-led Chameleons in 3 sets. And the Capital One Solar Spikers boosted their quarters bid after keeping Galleries Tower winless in the conference. And here's some exciting news. The UAAP plans to unveil or build a state-of-the-art facility in Pasig City. The League and Akari have entered a partnership to build the home of the UAAP. The 6,000-seater project will serve as a central hub for UAAP events. Construction is set to begin soon, with completion expected in 3 years. UAAP officials clarified, though, games may still be held at larger venues like the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.